welcome back to another installment of the 94 podcast. I'm Brook Eddle, joined once again with my co-host Jim Bushy. It's Super Bowl weekend, and happy Black History Month. So excited to be back here in the CCX studios to give you another classic here with the 94 podcast. Jim, how are you?
Dude, I am doing good. I got a cat on my back right now. I'm getting a nice claw massage. Biscuits are being made. You can see the tail from my head. I'm having a good time. How you doing, Brooke? It's been a long time no talk.
Awesome. That sounds good. It sounds like, you have a lot going on over there, Jim, in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Thanks for, making some time this weekend. We got a couple of topics to talk about. The NFL, we did mention the Super Bowl. We'll get to that. We'll talk about the NFL Hall of Fame class of 2026. We'll talk about the snubs and potentially why those snubs did happen, and also what to look forward for this week. We do have the Winter Olympics kicked off this week as well. We'll talk about the NBA trade deadlines, who got moved, who didn't get moved. And what to look for, and then also the NHL is also taking a break because of the Winter Olympics, and we'll take a look at the Minnesota Wild and what we can expect from them because they are on a nice streak, and it looks like they are trending the right way. But let's first take a look at our first topic. Our A topic is the NFL Hall of Fame class. We have Drew Brees getting inducted, first ballot Hall of Famer. Larry Fitzgerald, also inducted, first ballot Hall of Famer. Luke Kuechly as well, ended his career early with the Carolina Panthers. He was playing 10 years ago in Super Bowl 50 with the Carolina Panthers, and he is now being inducted 10 years later. What a way to really celebrate Super Bowl weekend, 60 years strong. And seeing those three great players. Before we break down the rest of the Hall of Fame inductee list, we do also have Adam Vinatieri, Roger Craig. But let's first take a look at Drew Brees. What does Drew Brees mean to you as a football fan?
I mean, he 100% deserves it. He was the quarterback you always wanted to watch. You knew when your team playing the Saints, you're going to get a great quarterback matchup. Drew Brees coming into, I forget which Super Bowl he was, leading the Saints to winning against, I believe,
Super Bowl 44. Yep, against Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah, it was like one of those all-time matchups. It's just like he is 100% well-deserved Hall of Famer. I'm no one's surprised he's been inducted first ballot. It's something that he deserved. He deserved it. He was one of the best quarterbacks in the league. He is up there with Tom Brady. I think he's second in overall passing yards behind Brady. So he 100% deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. He's such a great quarterback.
Absolutely, Jim. Drew Brees, Hall of Fame. Let's take a look at his Hall of Fame resume. Quarterback position, teams that he played for, the San Diego Chargers from 2001 through 2005, the New Orleans Saints from 2006 to 2020, notably winning that Super Bowl 44 with the New Orleans Saints. His career production, he had over 80,000 yards, 358 passing yards, like you mentioned, second all-time at retirement. And he had 571 touchdown passes, top 5 all-time. He had a 6.7% career completion percentage. That's an NFL record. Another NFL record, he had 13 seasons with 4,000 plus yards. And he was also the first quarterback in NFL history to throw for 5,000 yards in 5 different seasons. That's Drew Brees. Just to recap his championships and awards. He was Super Bowl champion of Super Bowl 44, Super Bowl MVP of 44. He was a 13-time Pro Bowl selection. and also a 2-time NFL Offensive Player of the Year, and also NFL Comeback Player of the Year in 2004, his first season with the New Orleans Saints, coming back from shoulder surgery. Notably, the Miami Dolphins were very cautious with Drew Brees, and they opted out of signing Drew Brees, and the rest is history. Drew Brees goes to Baton Rouge with the New Orleans Saints, goes on and has this Hall of Fame career. And then now we move forward to the next player that we mentioned, Larry Fitzgerald. Larry Fitzgerald, local kid to Minneapolis, grew up Minneapolis, St. Paul. What does Larry Fitzgerald mean to you, Jim?
I love Larry Fitzgerald. Like ever since he's been in the league, he's been with the one team the majority of his years. He played the game right. He didn't get any controversies that I can remember. He was one of those players who put in the hard work, and you could tell that he put the hard work in. And he was such a lovable guy around the league that everyone rooted for him. Even though the Cardinals lost to the Steelers that one time they were in the playoffs.
Super Bowl 43.
Everyone was rooting for him, except for Steelers fans, of course.
Of course.
The whole country was behind him getting his first ring, and it sucks. He may not have a ring. He may not have won a Super Bowl. He 100% deserves to be in for everything that he's done.
Absolutely, I agree. Larry Fitzgerald is a special player for me, especially knowing that he grew up a Minnesota Vikings fan. He was a ball boy for both Randy Moss, Chris Carter, Dante Culpepper. So, this is the equivalent of when your idols become your rivals, because he played, in the NFL, looking up to all these players in the NFL and saying, someday this is going to be me, going across the middle and, making these huge touchdown catches. And Larry Fitzgerald, his Hall of Fame resume, position wide receiver, played for only one team. That's very rare. He only had one jersey his entire NFL career with the Arizona Cardinals, drafted out of the University of Pittsburgh from 2004 to 2020, where he did hang up the cleats. His career production, he had over 1,432 receptions, second all-time at retirement. He had 17,492 receiving yards, again, second all-time. He had 121 receiving touchdowns. That's top 6 all-time. He had 11 consecutive seasons with 80-plus receptions, and he had 17 seasons with the same franchise. That's as rare as it gets for a wide receiver. The longevity at that position for one team is unheard of. You don't hear that too often, and this might be one of the rare cases that we see an NFL Hall of Famer like Larry Fitzgerald. Even Jerry Rice didn't spend his entire career with the San Francisco 49ers. So you got to give credit where credit's due. We're giving Larry Fitzgerald his flowers. Even though he didn't win a Super Bowl, he's still a champion, and he's going to go in as a first ballot Hall of Famer. He had 11 Pro Bowl selection seasons. He's a 3-time, first-time All-Pro, and he was also named the NFL Man of the Year, or the Walter Payton Award winner in 2016, and he was named to the NFL 100 all-time team. And he just had one of the greatest postseason stretches. The year that the Arizona Cardinals, with Kurt Warner, made it to the Super Bowl. He had 141 playoff receptions. That's an NFL record. He had 1,718 playoff receiving yards. That's still an NFL record today. He had 10 playoff touchdowns. He had that legendary 2008 postseason run that we're mentioning with 30 receptions, 546 yards, 7 touchdowns, and nearly, again, keyword, nearly carried the Cardinals to a Super Bowl title. If it wasn't for Big Ben Roethlisberger and Santonio Holmes connecting at the end of that game, we're adding a ring to this resume for Larry Fitzgerald. But nonetheless, an all-time great, Larry Fitzgerald. The third member of the Hall of Fame that we're going to talk about is Luke Kuechly. Jim, what did Luke Kuechly mean to you as a football fan?
I mean, he played the game well. Yeah, he didn't have a longest of careers, but he played the game well. He played the game smart. I enjoyed watching him play, and it's just got to give him his flowers. I mean, he did what he did for the Carolina, helped them get to the Super Bowl, and for everything he did. Yeah, I mean, 10 years later, you may not be a first ballot Hall of Fame, but hey, you're getting your golden jacket. Like you've done enough in your career where you are getting the gold jacket. You're getting a bust made of your face. That means something, and he meant a lot to that organization, and he deserved it.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to give credit to Luke Kuechly. Luke Kuechly, linebacker out of Boston College. Um, uh, Carolina Panthers, 2012 through 2020. Again, that's a short NFL lifespan. Um, and but his career, he was still able to be productive with the Carolina Panthers, having 1,092 total tackles in just 8 seasons. This is just in 8 seasons, averaging 136 tackles per year. So he was always a league leader in tackles, if not at the top, near the top. 11 interceptions and 26 forced fumbles. So he was a turnover machine for the Carolina Panthers. He was alongside Thomas Davis. You had Captain Munnerlyn. You had Josh Norman. So you had great defenses. You also had Greg Hardy. So hard-nosed Carolina Panthers defense. He had 7 sacks and 46 passes defended. He anchored the Carolina Panthers defense, like I mentioned, with all those players around him. He led the NFL in tackles 5 times. So 5 out of the 8 seasons that he was active, he was the NFL tackle leader. The awards and honors, he was an 8-time Pro Bowl selection. So he was batting 1,000 for Pro Bowl selections. He was a 7-time first-team All-Pro. He was the NFL Defensive Player of the Year in 2013. He was the NFL 2010s All-Decades team. And just to give you an idea of his style of play, he was an elite sideline-to-sideline speed and instincts. Linebacker known for pre-snap reads and play recognition, often anticipating routes before they develop. So he was the quarterback on defense for Carolina on that Super Bowl run back in Super Bowl 50 when they did play 10 years ago. And rare combination of tackling power, coverage ability, and football IQ. He was nicknamed the cerebral linebacker for his understanding of offenses. And his legacy as a Panther is the defensive anchor that we mentioned. Again, another player that was just a miss on, adding the Super Bowl title, the Super Bowl ring. He helped the Panthers to Super Bowl 50. He set the standard for the modern hybrid linebacker in coverage-heavy NFL. He was a team captain and locker room leader. And Luke Kuechly, bottom line, just doesn't rack up stats. He changed the way linebackers are evaluated with intelligence, instincts, and unmatched consistency. He's a Hall of Famer in every sense. All right, let's move to Adam Vinatieri. Part of a lot of the early part of the Patriots dynasty. Adam Vinatieri, what does he mean to you? I'll let you launch into what he means to you as a New England Patriot.
Clutch. He kicked all the clutch moments he needed to get. He was someone who you could count on early in the year to get in, and he was the fixture. Like if you needed to get a field goal and you needed to get this, you don't need to worry about the kicker missing. You don't need to worry about the kicker having a yip. He was very good. He helped, as you said, he helped the Patriots with their dynasty. He was their go-to guy. I mean, if you look at the Patriots back then, you think Brady, you think Gronk, you think Edelman, Wes Welker, you think all those guys. you can't forget about Vinatieri because he really came in clutch in those late games to help put the Patriots in a position where the other guys can make those plays. So they're not rushing for 2 points, so they're not rushing to get everything. So he was a very good kicker, and he deserved to be in the Hall of Fame.
Awesome. Yeah, Adam Vinatieri is the sense of a Hall of Fame kicker. Even in his active days, position kicker, New England, the Patriots from 1996 to 2005. He had another team that he joined, the Indianapolis Colts, from 2006 to 2019. He did win 3 Super Bowls with the New England Patriots. He added a 4th with the Indianapolis Colts in 2006 when they won Super Bowl 43 against the Chicago Bears. He had a career production of 2,673 career points. That's an NFL all-time leading scorer at retirement. He had 599 field goals made. That's an NFL record. He had 2,230 extra points made. His percentage of accuracy sits at 84.2%. That's a career field goal accuracy, and the longest career in NFL for a kicker, 24 seasons. That's longevity, that's greatness, and consistency. And again, we did mention the championships and clutch moments. Whether it's those 4 Super Bowl championships, 3 with the Patriots, 1 with the Colts, the Super Bowl record-setting kicks, the 48-yard game winner versus the St. Louis Rams for the first Super Bowl for the New England Patriots, the 41-yard game winner versus the Panthers about 26 years ago, and also the 46-yard game winner versus the Eagles for the New England Patriots. So all game winners for the New England Patriots in the Super Bowl.
You also can't forget the game against the Raiders in the tuck rule game.
Oh, absolutely.
Because if it wasn't, everyone focused on Tom Brady and the tuck rule. They forget that drive ended with a Vinatieri field goal to win the game. So he helped them, like I said, a lot of games. That was an important game. Like everyone forgets about it because of the whole incident with the tuck rule, but clutch when you need it in the snow and everything.
Absolutely, yeah. The tuck rule, the atmosphere. It was snowing, and you're in overtime, and that's just to move on to the AFC Championship game. That doesn't even get you to the Super Bowl. That gets you just one step closer in that divisional round classic against the Oakland Raiders at the time. That is a great call out, Jim, because that gets buried in the controversy because you still have to make that kick to win the game.
Yeah.
There's no givens on that. Okay, and bottom line, again, Adam Vinatieri didn't just kick field goals. He won championships. With them, his legacy is clutch, legendary, and historic. And he belongs in the Hall of Fame without debate. You've earned this gold jacket, Adam Vinatieri. Roger Craig. I know Roger Craig is more for, I believe, a lot of the older fans. They got to see him play. I didn't get to see Roger Craig play, but I know that he was a huge part of that 49ers dynasty in regards to everything that they did in that West Coast offense. But yeah, Roger Craig, I know NFL Films is probably going to help us dig up a lot of his highlights. But yeah, what does Roger Craig mean to you being a football fan and the stories that you've heard about him?
I mean, I'm going to be honest, I haven't heard much about him, but I mean, to help out the West Coast offense, help out those 49er teams, he had to do good stuff. His stats are probably up there, and he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. And, it's good to see older players get their flowers because at the time they retired, they probably weren't going to get it. So it's good to see them get their flowers when they deserve it.
Absolutely. Yeah, Roger Craig played halfback, running back for the San Francisco 49ers from 1983 to 1990, and then also 1 season with the Minnesota Vikings. His career production, he had 8,189 yards rushing. He had 4,911 receiving yards. Again, we're talking about the West Coast offense, and one of the first running backs to excel as a dual threat. So you don't really see a Marshall Faulk. You don't really see a LaDainian Tomlinson. You don't really see those running backs that really specialize on the dual threat ability, where they're on the field all downs. Similar to like a Saquon Barkley modern day. Yet 73 total touchdowns, rushing and receiving, 1,000 plus rushing and 1,000 plus receiving yards in the same season in 1985. First time ever in NFL history. Championships and awards. Again, he's no stranger to Super Bowl Sunday. He's won 3 Super Bowl titles, all with the 49ers. 2 first-time All-Pro, Pro Bowl selections. He was a 5-time Pro Bowler, and he was a key contributor to the Joe Montana 49ers dynasty of the 1980s. And just to give you a style for people that haven't seen or watched Roger Craig, he was known for his versatility, elite as a runner, receiver, and blocker, a pioneer of the modern dual-threat running back, exceptional in playoff and clutch situations, helping the 49ers dominate in the 1980s. He had combined speed, agility, and hands, redefining running back expectations. And he leaves the 49ers legacy as the integral part of the 49ers dynasty run in 1980s. Again, recorded over 100 career receptions in a single season, rare for running backs at that time, and it helped bridge the era from pure rushing backs to versatile offensive weapons. And Roger Craig, you've earned your golden jacket. Congratulations. And that is the 2026 Hall of Fame class. I know that there was a lot of questions on, well, isn't Bill Belichick part of this class, or should he be? Yeah, I think so too. Like, it's kind of, it's flabbergasting to see that he's not in. But again, the committee is 50, and he needs to get over 80%, and he didn't get over 80%. So there was at least more than 11 people that voted against him being inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Again, I think
probably hate the Patriots. That's why.
Yeah, they probably were against the Patriots. They didn't like what the Patriots stood for. And again, there's also controversy. The Deflategate. He did get suspended. He did pay a fine, about $1 million for that. Spygate was another one where there was also smoke there. But again, he did win. Even after the controversy, he did win. He was still a staple on Super Bowl Sunday.
Oh yeah, and he's one of those coaches like, well, you lead a team to 5 Super Bowls, and you lead it there, and you're not first ballot? Like, what the heck? What's wrong? Like, I understand they probably don't like him because everything he's done with the Browns, Jets, Patriots, everything, but like, you can't demolish him. He is a multi-time Super Bowl champion. He deserves to be. He's going to be in the Hall of Fame.
I agree.
He's going to be in the Hall.
Yeah, he's going to be in the Hall of Fame. It's just delaying the inevitable. Like, he's going to be in. I think. I don't know. I think the narrative does shift now. It's a little bit more favorable in Bill Belichick than just saying like, hey, he got snubbed his first time in. Now he's going to be on that redemption tour. We might see him coming back to the NFL. We don't know. Again, that could be a possibility because North Carolina, I mean, he's had a rough go at North Carolina. So I don't know what happens this year, but maybe in the next coaching hiring window, there could be a potential opportunity for Bill Belichick to maybe get back in, especially what happens this weekend. And we could talk about Super Bowl 60. I know we're kind of wrapping up the first half of the 94 podcast. Super Bowl 60, is got a lot of great stories, a lot of local stories as well. There's going to be a Hopkins former Royal that's going to be playing linebacker for the Seattle Seahawks. I believe his name is Boy, but again, he's a linebacker with the Seattle Seahawks. So a cool tie-in again with the local community here in Minnesota, but just a great story for Sam Darnold, Drake May, both of these quarterbacks leading their team to Super Bowl 60. You got the halftime show with Bad Bunny. There's going to be fireworks. There's going to be Green Day to kick it off. Again, everything that you expect for the Super Bowl is going to be bright lights. There's going to be huge flyover. There's going to be the national anthem. There's going to be a lot, leading up to the kick, the anticipation, the hype, and kick. Once kickoff is on, and then the nerves have kind of settled in. I think these teams are going to really be able to see, what this game really means to each other. And I think that's what's really exciting about, what's coming up for both the New England Patriots and the Seattle Seahawks is this moment right now. They get to really see what it will take for the Seattle Seahawks and the New England Patriots. This is not the first time that they met. They met
Nope.
about 11 years ago in Super Bowl 49. And second and
Not the damn
goal.
ball.
Yeah, second and goal from the one. That's when fate was knocking on the door, and Malcolm Butler was the name that rung around across the world. Like, I think he became instantly. He became a celebrity, and Patriots. All Patriots fans knew that name, Malcolm Butler. And can you tell me a little bit about that experience of watching that Super Bowl, and what do you expect to see from Super Bowl 60?
Oh my gosh, no! I remember that Super Bowl exactly. I was in college still, and I was in my buddy's dorm room, and we're just chilling. We're like, "Oh, this game's over. Oh, boo! This stinks." And then Russell Wilson throws that pick and throws that interception, and we're just like, "No effing way! No effing way!" We're running up and down our the hallway. We're going nuts. Oh my! I think we spilled like a couple cans of beer on the ground because we just jumped out of our seats. It was amazing. But tomorrow, it's gonna be different. It's all gonna be on which is going to happen first. Is the Patriots defense gonna be top tier and everything's gonna work well? Or is it just going to be Seattle the whole time? And that's the one thing I'm worried about, is Seattle just dominating over the Patriots. And I think that's how they get it done this time. Like, I do want Patriots to win. I want the Patriots to win. I want them to win badly. But they have to play perfect. They can't mess up not even once against this offense. And then Drake may need to like ball out just to give him a good shot.
Yeah, I mean, both these teams, had a lot going into this. Both are looking to definitely capture Super Bowl 60. The Seahawks, looking for redemption. Obviously, the Patriots looking for deja vu to happen again. The Patriots do walk into Super Bowl 60 as 4.5-point underdogs. Again, that's exactly what the Patriots want. They want to be underdogs. They want to be doubted. And the Seahawks are not taking that bait. I don't believe so, because they know that, hey, it's Super Bowl Sunday. The Patriots, as an organization, they are not new to this atmosphere. And Robert Kraft, Mike Vrabel, from the top down, they've preached to the players, hey, just do your job, and hey, do not take this light, because getting here is a privilege, and knowing that this is their first time back since Tom Brady retired, and then I think with Drake May, I think with Patriots fans, that gets you that much more excited in knowing that it's only his second season, and he was an MVP candidate, but I know Patriots fans would take a Super Bowl MVP over a league MVP. Yeah, because I think that would would carry a little bit more weight, and obviously you get the banner to hang up with it. But yeah, we'll break down the keys to Super Bowl 60 coming up here on the 94 podcast. Stay tuned for the keys to the Super Bowl. Much more to come here on the 94 podcast. Make sure to like and subscribe. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back to the conversation here on the 94 podcast. We're just about to break down Super Bowl 60, the keys to victory, who's going to be hoisting the Vince Lombardi trophy. But I want to hear from Jim real quick. Jim, what's going on?
Man, did you just enjoy that halftime party? Like, that halftime show was sick, man. Like, oh, yeah. I've still got the moves and grooves going here.
Hey, you've been grooving to Bad Bunny? I got you. Yeah, Bad Bunny's got, hey, he won, Album of the Year, the Grammys last week? Yeah.
Brook, what do you think about him being the halftime show? I know a lot of people are not excited about him, and a lot of people are upset about it, but I think it's a great idea. It's a great, something that can get more listeners, can expand people's more genres to listen to. I mean, I think it's a cool idea. I mean, would I prefer to watch all the rap stars we had a couple years ago? Yes. Would I understand anything but Bad Bunny would say? Probably not. But it's going to be interesting to see how they do it, and I'm ready just to get the rhythm flowing through.
There you go. You got the dance moves down. Yeah, Bad Bunny. Like, I know we had Kendrick Lamar last year. He brought out, a bunch of stars. He brought out Serena Williams. Yeah, it was awesome. But this year with Bad Bunny, I'm excited because it brings the culture. It brings more culture to the NFL halftime show. It's going to be electric. I'm excited to see who he does bring out as a special guest. Maybe we might see Shakira. We might be able to see Jennifer Lopez. Maybe Katy Perry, California girls. I mean, it is in California. There's a lot of, talented, maybe Cardi B. I mean, she is there for Stephon Diggs. So we might see Cardi B performing. So there is a lot of, buzz around this halftime show. And it's good buzz. It's positive, and Bad Bunny is outspoken, and it's great for the NFL to definitely have somebody that is outspoken and does really speak for a lot of Americans in regards to being included into the into this halftime show and what it really means to really celebrate football and what it's becoming. It's becoming a world sport.
Oh, 100%. I think that's it's going to be a fun show to watch, and I'm ready to see how he does it. And you know what? If he succeeds, great. We could do it again. If he fails, you tried. That's all that matters. You tried something, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm looking forward to it just to see how he does. I won't be paying. I won't understand one word he says, but I'm ready to listen to it. See how he sounds. Jeez.
Oh, absolutely. There's a lot of human interest. Stories that go into Bad Bunny. He was similar to what Kurt Warner was before he made it to a Super Bowl. He was a grocery bag clerk. So just know that your dreams, continue to dream and continue to believe, continue to push forward, because one day you will be at that big stage. You just got to keep fighting. You got to keep showing up. And that's what this weekend's all about. It's about showing up, and that's what the Seahawks and the New England Patriots have done. So the keys for both these teams, we'll break that down, a perfect transition into that topic. We'll talk about the Seattle Seahawks. They will be wearing the all navy, and then the New England Patriots will be wearing the all white. So let's break down the Seattle keys to victory. The Seattle keys to victory that we're seeing right now is they have to protect the football. and keep Sam Darnold clean. That's one thing the New England Patriots can do is disrupt. They can disrupt the offense. They know how to turn a game ugly. They've scored 54 points total in the playoffs. They don't need to score that many points with their offense because their defense is able to really shut down whatever you're trying to do on offense. The second key for the Seattle Seahawks is to lean on Kenneth Walker III, or K9. They have to establish the run, get ahead of the sticks. The third key for the Seattle Seahawks is stress New England's secondary. Even with all-pro Gonzo in the secondary for the New England Patriots with Christian Gonzalez, they have the offensive player of the year in Jackson Smith-Njigba. The fourth key and the final key for victory for the Seattle Seahawks is win the field position battle, and that includes special teams. And we know that they have the X factor in Rashid Shaheed. And we got to see that in the NFC divisional right from kickoff. There was a kickoff return that was the game. That just set the tone for the game. And the Seattle Seahawks, it was an avalanche. It was an onslaught from then on. So special teams is going to be a key factor for the Seattle Seahawks, and we'll see how they are able to really implement their special weapon in Rashid Shaheed. Flipping over to the New England Patriots now, as they walk into Super Bowl 60, the Patriots' keys to victory. Number one, you have to use Drake May's athletic ability and his legs, being able to extend plays when they break down. The second key for the New England Patriots is force Seattle into long third downs, where you're able to get that pass rush. You're able to bring, corner blitzes, a little bit more of an exotic look that you can, force Sam Darnold to start seeing ghosts again. You're going to really try to, complicate things for the Seattle offense and forcing them, in those long distance situations. Third key for the New England Patriots is protect May. Extend chips and multiple back sets. So that might mean Trayvon Henderson's back there, Ramondre Stevenson's back there to give time, because the dark side, known as the new age of the LOB for the Seattle Seahawks, you have DeMarcus Lawrence. That's going to be a big time factor against that offensive line for the New England Patriots. The fourth key for the New England Patriots to win is take shots downfield. You need to stretch Seattle's defense. You got to take the top off the defense, like Randy Moss would say. And I think plays with Stephon Diggs, plays with Kayshon Boutte, plays with Hunter Henry. I think Hunter Henry might be in for a big game, especially knowing that Seattle has been prone to giving up a lot of production to the tight end position. Those are the keys to victory for both teams. We'll take a closer look. What are you seeing so far? What's kind of trending for you in this matchup? Seattle's coming off of an NFC Championship victory over the LA Rams, and the New England Patriots took care of the Denver Broncos in the AFC Championship game. What happened?
Well, what I'm seeing is simple. If you're New England, you want to stop Darnold. You don't want to make him. You want to keep him. You want to keep pressure on him. You want to make sure you get to him all as quickly as you can. You want to make sure that you're able to get to him. And you got to play. You got to score in every drive. This game's going to come down to who could score more. It's going to be a shootout. It's going to be a very big shootout. But you got to score. You can't just go down and hope to kick field goals. You need to score touchdowns. Touchdowns. That's how you win the game. And your defense needs to show up. You can't let Seattle run right over you. You can't let Kenneth Walker III run the ball down your throat the whole time. If you're Seattle, it's simple. Don't keep the Patriots in. Don't play with your food. don't go around and be like, oh, we're just gonna do these fun little trick plays and we're gonna be fancy. No, you get the ball, you move it downfield, you extend plays, you eat time. Simple. And one thing they need to do: don't take stupid penalties. That almost killed them in the last game against the Rams.
Oh yeah, Reek Woolen, trash talking or unsportsmanlike conduct. And I believe it was on a third down. That, at
Fourth
that
down.
no, it was actually a fourth down. So it was a turnover. It was a turnover.
Yeah.
And the St. Louis at that point the Los Angeles Rams get back on the field. Next play they challenge him with Puka Nacua. It's a touchdown. That's a momentum swing. So
Yeah.
you can't shoot yourself in the foot right after you make a play and you let down the other. You're letting down the other 10 guys on the field. And I think that has to come back to being disciplined because that's going to be. I think what's going to decide this game is who's going to be more mentally tough because the Super Bowl is going to really expose who is mentally tough in these spots, being situationally aware in football and knowing what you got to do to really push yourself to that championship pedigree. Sam Darnold, what I'm looking for Sam Darnold to do is get off to a great start because I think that is important because we saw that with Jarrett Stidham. A lot of the plays were scripted. He was able to really move the ball early on, but then after those scripted plays were done, they weren't moving the ball. So with Sam Darnold, I think they need to get the ball in the end zone, and I think Sam Darnold needs to start with taking shots down the field because I feel like you get Jackson Smith and Jigba, you get AJ Barner, you get Kenneth Walker going. I think those are going to be the key things that I think with Seattle, if you're a Seattle fan, that's what you're looking for Seattle to be successful. New England, what you got to do is you got to turn this into a slugfest. You got to really limit Seattle what they're doing on offense, force them to kick field goals. And also stay aggressive. I feel like New England needs to stay aggressive. We might see some trick plays because that's what I do expect from Josh McDaniels with Drake May. Is we might see a couple of trick plays. Maybe Mac Hollins, throws a pass. You might see something with Trayvon Henderson. But I do expect some tricks up their sleeves with the New England Patriots. But what I'm really expecting, though, is a defensive battle. These two defenses are defensively sound, and I'm expecting it to be just a down-to-the-wire game. I think this is going to be exciting. We can do picks as we come down the stretch here in regards to what we expect for Super Bowl 60 and how this game will wind up.
I mean, do you want my picks, or do you want my actual pick, or do you want my pick that's outrageously going to happen?
I want your outrageously going to happen. I want the swagger
Patriots
pick.
by a million.
I want the swagger pick.
Patriots 40-0.
What?
I told you that's my outrageous pick. No. If I have to be serious,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Seattle 34-32.
Wow. Okay, you're going Seattle.
I know. I hate saying that because the last week just didn't prove to me that Drake May is this down the field threat. He can make everything go. Yeah, he won the game. He opened the game, but it was all defense. And the way the Seattle's been playing, they've been just picking apart defense. So I hate saying it because I want the Patriots to win. Like I will be rooting for the Patriots, but no, I gotta go Seahawks 34-32. Plus, man, I want to go 11-3.
Okay. All right. Um, yeah. I mean, Sam Darnold is the first USC quarterback, and it's kind of crazy to think that. And knowing that he was with the Minnesota Vikings, I'm going to be rooting for Seattle. I think Seattle does win this game, and I think their defense carries them. I think the defense does carry them. I'm going with a 27-17. I think 27-17
Okay.
is going to be a close game, but I think there's going to be a special teams play where there's either, I think we might get our first ever punt return in the Super Bowl. And I think that might be the difference there, where it'll be a nip-tuck game, and then I think there will be a special teams play that will spring it to a double-digit lead, and I think Seattle doesn't look back after that return. And I think only one team has ever lost when they actually had a return in the Super Bowl. This is like a trivia question, and it was the 2016 Atlanta Falcons. And who did they play? They played your New England Patriots, Jim. So
Oh, that was a great game to watch.
28-3. So I'm not going with that score. I'm going 27-17. I think the Seattle Seahawks, they avenge the Marshawn Lynch tragedy at the 1 yard line. And yeah, I think this is good for the sport. You get both fan bases that are very familiar with each other. They always, every time they get together, even in the regular season, they have classic games. So I think this will be another classic game. I'm not expecting a blowout. I think it does stay close, unlike last year where it was a blowout. I don't want to hear anything from Kansas City Chiefs fans. You guys got shellacked, but again, they were going for the three-peat last year. So yeah. For this year though, I think we see a new champion in Sam Darnold, and he more likely will get the MVP. But I would not be surprised if Jackson Smith and Jigba is able to secure that MVP as well. Especially if
Sam Darnold. I think if Seattle wins, Sam Darnold, and if it's Patriots, it's going to be Drake May.
Okay, you're going quarterback exclusively.
Yeah, you got to give it to Sam Darnold, because look what he's did in his career, and to revive his career in Minnesota. And hindsight's 2020. I mean, you got to give it to him the way he's been playing.
Absolutely. If again, Sam Darnold has a good game, he is the favorite. I said he is the favorite to win it, to win the MVP. There's still an outside chance if there is a defensive play that does shift it, because last time the Seattle Seahawks won it, it was Malcolm Smith that won the MVP. So again, I'm not expecting a linebacker. I'm not expecting I'm not expecting a linebacker from Seattle. So it's more likely it's going to be Sam Darnold if Seattle has a productive day on offense. So I could definitely see Sam Darnold winning an MVP. And I got Seattle winning 27-17. And again, that would be Seattle's second Super Bowl title. I know the Patriots are looking to be the all-time franchise leader with 7, and I know Robert Kraft has been eyeing that. We'll see who's going to be, lifting up the Vince Lombardi Trophy. Real quick though, I know we just did our Super Bowl picks. It's going to be exciting. I know there's going to be a lot of hoopla around the Super Bowl, and as it's going to be exciting. It's going to be Super Bowl LX. I know they do the Roman numerals. It's going to be LX. So every time there's a new pope, this is a fun fact, the Seattle Seahawks are always in the Super Bowl. There was Super Bowl 40, Super Bowl 49, and then now Super Bowl 60. Every time there's been a new pope that has been announced. But I think this time, right now, the new champs are going to be the Seattle Seahawks.
I wish you told me this back in the summertime when the new pope was elected. I would have put money on it.
Right. From the get-go, right? We would have been you would have been sitting on a nice ticket there. Yeah, like and yeah, I honestly think though, like the Patriots, they got so much riding on this, especially for Robert Kraft. I know that he wants to tie Tom Brady. I think Tom Brady at 7. But again, I'm going Seahawks. It should be fun with all the Super Bowl commercials. And again, some Super Bowl trivia. Who are the only undefeated champs? The 1972 Miami Dolphins.
All right, the only team that
Yeah.
went undefeated.
Yup. And then, as well as, how heavy is the Super Bowl trophy? The Vince Lombardi trophy.
And 15 pounds?
It's
How heavy?
it weighs in on the scale at 6.7 pounds, and is
Yeah, that's light.
yeah, it's light, and it's valued over $10,000, and it's manufactured with Tiffany and Co. It yeah.
That's an argument. There's an argument there for another time.
Okay. All right. And yeah, that really wraps up in regards to our Super Bowl coverage. I think that just speaks for it. Like, enjoy the game. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
It's really it's an
Are
unofficial
you
official
doing anything
holiday.
for it, Brooke?
I'm gonna be watching. Probably watch it with a couple friends. Just do a nice watch party. But yeah.
Any good food?
Yeah, there should be some good food. There should be some sliders, some chips, some wings.
Okay.
Yeah, some dip. Yeah, some chips
Oh,
and dip. What about you?
we're going all out. So I'm making 2 things of stuffed breads, chili, bratwurst. There's gonna be chips and dip. There's gonna be maybe cheese and crackers. A couple friends are coming over. We're gonna go to my uncle's. My girlfriend's gonna come over, and it's gonna be a fun time.
I believe it. No, it definitely sounds like we're both keyed up for a fun Super Bowl Sunday and a fun Super Bowl weekend.
I might be calling out work the next day, but it is what it is.
It is what it is. The NBA is still going on. They had the NBA trade talks. We're just shifting gears here from the Super Bowl. Real quick on NBA notes. Giannis Antetokounmpo did not get traded.
Nope.
He posted the Wolf of Wall Street. I'm not leaving. Like
No. Yeah, no. He apparently from work they said that they are reporting that he wants to stay with the Bucks if they are going to go win champions because he's not there to play. He's there to win. So he wants to win it with them, but I mean, there's still rumors he could get traded in the summertime.
Yeah,
According
exactly.
to
Exactly. The rumors are still out there that he could still get traded, especially with the draft capital. This draft class coming up, with Darren Peterson, AJ DeBonste, just a wealth of talent coming up in this NBA draft class of 2026. They're comparing it back to the 2003 draft class when it was LeBron, Carmelo, Dwayne Wade. Just all the talent that was in that draft class. So that might make more sense for the Milwaukee Bucks to hold on to Giannis and wait until the summer and really see how things shake out with the NBA draft lottery. The biggest move so far though in the NBA was James Harden getting traded to the Cleveland Cavaliers for Darius Garland, so an all-star guard going to the Los Angeles Clippers. And the Los Angeles Clippers will be in town facing the Minnesota Timberwolves. So I'll be in attendance watching the Los Angeles Clippers and the Minnesota Timberwolves on Super Bowl Sunday. But after that game, I'm going to be going to the Super Bowl watch party. But watching the Clippers, the Minnesota Timberwolves are going to actually have some new players as well. They're going to have Ayo Dosunmu, who just came over from the Chicago Bulls, age 26, and also Julian Phillips joining the Minnesota Timberwolves, age 22. And the Minnesota Timberwolves have given up on Rob Dillingham. They've labeled him a bust, and that project is over. And also Leonard Miller, again, a high second-round pick. He gets traded to the Chicago Bulls. Wolves also let Mike Conley go in that trade, but he got traded again in that same week to the Charlotte Hornets, and chances are he might be rejoining the Minnesota Timberwolves. So there's a lot of movement in the NBA. Not the big moves that we were expecting, but again, I think it's going to be really interesting to see how the second half of the season plays out. But one cool stat, though, there's only 2 players in the whole league that are averaging 15 points per game and shooting over 45% from behind the arc, and both are on the Minnesota Timberwolves. Guess who they are?
Ant-Man and I don't know, Rudy Gobert.
I'll give you credit for Ant, but no, Rudy doesn't shoot from 3. It's good. It's good. I just said guess. Just a guess. The actual answer is Jaden McDaniels and Ayo Dosunmu. So Ayo Dosunmu is an A+ add for the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Minnesota Timberwolves are looking to get back to the Western Conference Finals and beyond. So we'll see what he brings for the second half of the season. Let's take and also shifting to the Winter Olympics as we're winding down here on the 94 podcast. The Winter Olympics just started, and we want to take a closer look at some of the teams, or some of the countries, that have already medaled. I think Switzerland just medaled as well, one of the early medalists. But again, I know you're really looking forward to hockey. I think, doesn't hockey start like the second week of the Olympics?
The women started 2 days ago. They started on Thursday for women's ice hockey. The men started 2 weeks because they're just coming over from the NHL. But I mean, it's not just hockey. I mean, I love watching all the sports. I was just watching the 2,000-meter ice sprint race or something for the women, and this woman from Kazakhstan, she was 1.94 seconds ahead of the leader. 1.84. Then you see the line closing, and like, no way, she doesn't get it. She got the lead and she won it. She won the lead. I'm not sure if she medaled or not.
She won the. Okay, so she took over. First place. Okay.
Yeah, by .06, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, he did it.
That's awesome. That's the joy of Olympic competition. Real quick though, the current medal standings since competition began, a handful of countries are capturing the early medals, with golds already awarded in alpine skiing and cross-country events. Switzerland, that I mentioned, earned the first gold medal of the games in the men's downhill skiing event. Sweden claimed gold and silver in the women's skiathlon cross-country race, and additional medals are being distributed in speed skating. As you mentioned, Jim, you were watching the speed skating competition, snowboarding, and mixed curling. Mixed curling, so there's both men and women. As events continue, the trend, leaders, and projections, while official totals are early and fluid, the broader medal count reporting and predictions suggest Norway is expected to be high on the medal table again. United States is typically near the top in overall medals and remains competitive. Germany, Sweden, Canada, and others are projected to contribute in the upper tier of the standings. But one really cool story that I just want to share is the Jamaican bobsled team is there at the Winter Olympics. And they're representing, and it's really cool to. I was watching a little bit of the Olympic coverage, and I got to see Snoop Dogg was interviewing them, and it's really cool to see the actual Jamaican bobsled team there. It's not just a movie; they're there in real life. So that's really cool. Shout out to them.
It's awesome to see them. It's awesome to see nations that normally don't have ice or snow or these Olympic games get represented, because it means that it's growing across the country. It doesn't matter if it's ice hockey,
Global.
skiing. It's a global sport that brings everyone together. I think that's the best thing that's happening.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, we'll continue to watch the games as they unfold. But yeah, just really excited to just cheer on all the countries. Go Team USA, of course, and really going to be enjoying this weekend of sports. Bittersweet to say goodbye to the NFL, but again, we have to crown a champion, and that's the only way we're going to do it is with a Super Bowl Sunday. But it will be a fun one. It will be a lot of funny commercials. And yeah, I'm looking forward to
I've been trying to not
chat
watch
more about it. Yeah,
they post out the commercials early on one of my sources for work. And I'm like, I can't watch this. I can't watch this. I gotta wait till the Super Bowl.
Sure.
I gotta wait. I can't watch it.
You don't want to spoil it. Yeah.
No.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, Jim, thank you again for jumping on the 94 podcast to talk all things NFL, including the Hall of Fame, snubs, talking about the Super Bowl 60, our predictions. We are both going with the Seahawks. Surprisingly, I should say. But again, I know you're going for the record. And also breaking down what has taken place in the NBA so far with the trade deadline, and then just breaking down the Winter Olympics. It's been fun just chatting with you, and looking forward to doing this again in a couple weeks. I know you're going to be out doing the card show coming up, so good luck at the card show.
Thank you. Maybe I'll send back some video if I remember.
Okay, absolutely. Yeah, definitely get some good footage. Would like to break down exactly what you were able to see and be able to have a story or two from the card show.
Sounds good.
Awesome. Until next time here on the 94 podcast, thank you for listening to us. Make sure to like and subscribe and follow. But next time, see you at the TOP. And we're out.